Haley, has Jackson left for his business trip? Yes, he left about an hour ago. Oh, I see. It's hard on him, isn't it? Haley, you're pregnant and he's got to go on a long business trip. I wish the people at his company would consider that more. That's true. The decision was rather sudden. But he's supposed to be back before the due date. That's the only saving grace. If I had known he would be away sooner, he could have gone home for birth. I'm sorry. It must be a burden on you, mother-in-law, living with us. I feel terrible burdening you with so many household chores just because my stomach is so big. That's not a problem at all. I'm the one who's living with you, so I can handle the chores. I'll do as much as I can, so please don't worry too much about it. Oh, is that so? Well then, I'll say this without hesitation. I couldn't say this in front of my son because he might get upset. But Haley, I think you should be moving around more. That's true. I'm sorry. No, it's not like I'm blaming you. But you need physical strength to give birth, don't you? Maybe it would be better if you moved around a bit even now. Looking at recent pregnant women, they're all slim, but Haley, you're a little... I guess I have put on a bit too much weight. I'll be more careful. Then, while my son's away, I'll train you, Haley. I, who maintains this proportion in my 60s, will guide you thoroughly. Please be gentle. Lately my body just doesn't move as I want it to, and I get tired easily. I understand. But you don't need any extra fat besides the baby. That's right. Can you mop the hallway today? Do you mean mopping the floor? Yes, I used to do it a lot in the old days. Housework can burn quite a few calories, and it's quite a workout. I see. All right, I'll give it a try. But don't push yourself too hard. If you collapse, it'll be a disaster, and my son will be angry with me. That's true. I'll do my best in moderation. Mopping the floor is also good for pelvic distortion. It's the perfect chore for giving birth to a healthy baby. I'll go shopping then, so please clean. Yes, understood. Please be careful on your way back. Mother-in-law, you won't be back until this evening, right? I'm about to go shopping. Do you need anything? Could you stop at Peace Supermarket in next town over? The next town over? Mother-in-law, I'm sorry. I was planning to go somewhere within walking distance. Could we make do with a closer supermarket? Huh? What are you talking about? Just walk there. But, the next town over is quite a distance. It will take a lot of time. I think it would take at least 2 hours just to get there with my current condition. Exercise, exercise. You may not be able to do strenuous exercise, but you can walk, can't you? I can walk, but with a round trip taking 4 hours, that's just too much. What are you complaining about? Work, you sea cow. Excuse me? Just kidding. That's what they used to call overweight pregnant women. Haley, you're a bit spoiled because you're a young one, right? Giving birth and raising a child is hard work. You should build up more strength. I see. Understood. I'll go then. Yes, take care. Peace Supermarket is pretty cheap for vegetables, so bring a large backpack. Get a daikon, pumpkin, and a head of cabbage. Oh, could you also get a bag of potatoes? You're buying quite a lot. This is strength training so you can properly hold your child when they get bigger. Also, the baby in your belly is a girl. She might be a chubby girl like you, Haley. Everyone in her family is slim. It'd be a pity if she takes after you. Well, I was of average weight originally. But you're large now. You really look like a sea lion. You don't see pregnant women like you these days, do you? You're attending a maternity clinic, so you should know better, Haley. But I'm also at full term, so it's inevitable that my belly is big. That's why you're spoiled. My son must be embarrassed to have a wife with a chubby body, type like you. Don't compromise just because you have a child. Before you're a wife or a mother, you're a woman. Yes, I understand. I'm not trying to be mean to you, Haley. But it's better to have a purpose for exercise, isn't it? It's better to have a purpose like shopping rather than just walking aimlessly. That might be true. I'm telling you this for your sake. I want you to give birth to a healthy child. So since it's going to take some time, go ahead and get started. Make sure to get back in time to cook dinner. Understood. I'll go now. Oh, don't eat or drink anything on the way. You could use a bit of fasting. You're so plump. Also, make sure to bring back the receipt. I'll check to make sure you went. Haley? You're not answering the phone. What's up? What can I do for you? Just reply already. Why are you ignoring my messages? I was in a situation where I couldn't reply. You shouldn't be in such a situation. You're a pregnant full-time housewife. What could possibly be more important than replying to your mother-in-law? Wow, that's harsh. So this is the treatment you've been receiving all along. Huh? What are you talking about? Hey, Fatty, it's almost evening. Just hurry back home. How many hours have you been at the supermarket? What do you mean by Fatty? It's your cute nickname, isn't it? Or would you prefer Seal? You're truly terrible. My daughter won't come home ever again. What? Daughter? You mean the baby in your belly? No, I mean Haley. Long time no see, Jackson's mother. I'm Quinn, Haley's mother. Huh? Quinn? This is Haley's phone, isn't it? Don't joke around like that, Haley. Just hurry back and start preparing dinner. Haley collapsed and was taken to the hospital. She's still asleep in bed now. Haley collapsed? So you really are Haley's mother? Yes, I am. If you don't believe me, I can call you. No, that's okay. But what do you mean Haley collapsed? What happened? Shouldn't you understand this best? I saw your text conversation. You were sending Haley, who is in her final month of pregnancy, to a supermarket that takes 2 hours to reach, right? No, I didn't send her. Quinn, this was something Haley agreed to. She said she wanted to lose weight, so I just gave her some advice. I didn't force her to go. My daughter has been refusing to go since she entered her final month, hasn't she? Just the other day, she texted you saying she wasn't feeling well and couldn't go, but she replied saying that she's lacking the determination of a mother, didn't you? What do you mean by that? Well, Quinn, you're from the same generation as me, so you understand, right? In the past, pregnant women did household chores as usual, didn't they? Weren't they told that exercise was important? While it's true that some exercise within one's capabilities can be necessary during pregnancy, everyone's condition is different. In the past, we tended to impose old-fashioned views due to limited information, but it's different now, isn't it? You understand this, yet you still forced Haley to comply, didn't you? I didn't mean to force her at all. I was just suggesting exercise for Haley's sake. I don't know what kind of life Haley was actually leading, but even from looking at the text messages, it seems like unilateral imposition. Calling a pregnant daughter Seal Woman or Fatty is extremely disrespectful. We're close enough to joke around, you know? I don't see it that way. Reading Haley's text, it's clear that she's being careful with you. Making a pregnant woman in her final months walk for 4 hours round trip is just crazy. We will never forget what you've done. Quinn, which hospital is Haley in? I'll go right now. No, you don't need to come. We don't want someone who put our precious daughter and her baby in danger around. I'll take care of Haley. So please think that you'll never see our child again. Haley, I'm sorry. Please reply. Hello, mother-in-law. It's been a while. Haley, you're not your mother, Quinn, right? Yes, I'm not my mother. Oh, good. You're okay. I've been worried sick. I got yelled at by my son, and I didn't know how you were doing. I see, but the one you're worried about is yourself, right? You're panicking because what you've done has been exposed, aren't you? Don't say such cold things, Haley. I'm really sorry. You know me. I always say what I think, right? I didn't mean any harm when I was giving advice to Haley. Is that so? Then will you tell my son and your mother Quinn properly that we are getting along living together? Those two don't listen to me at all. You're the only one I can rely on, Haley. I'm sorry, but I can't do that. Why not? We had been building a good relationship, hadn't we? Do you really think so? I thought so. We, as a couple, didn't intend to live together in the first place. You forced your way in, and that's how we started living together, right? Well, but you accepted it, so you didn't kick me out, right? We just gave in the end. We didn't accept it. Also, when my husband is around, you treat me kindly, but when we're alone, you often make sarcastic comments, don't you? Did I? Every time something happened, I felt like you were comparing me to others and being harsh. You should have said something at the time. If you had told me, I would have tried to fix it. That's true. I didn't want to ruin my relationship with you, so I was always holding back. But now I realize that was a mistake. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. If that's what you truly believe, that's really scary. The bullying got worse after my husband went on a business trip. How can you unconsciously bully your daughter-in-law? Can you still insist that you didn't do it on purpose? I was truly worried about you. Everything I did was for your sake. Is that so? I understand. You finally understand. I'm glad, Haley. You're the kindest person I know. I believed in you. I knew you would forgive me. No, you misunderstand. What I mean is that I've realized I can't live with you anymore. It's pointless to warn someone who bullies their daughter-in-law without realizing it. It's too scary to live with such a person. So we're ending this cohabitation. Wait a minute. Where can I go if I'm kicked out? I don't know. You should figure it out yourself. There's almost none of my husband's inheritance left. But there's still some left, right? You should use that money to rent a place and live on your own. Of course, that won't be enough. So you'll have to work for yourself. I'm sorry, Haley. What are you apologizing for? I must admit, I did think about making you suffer a little bit. But it was really just a little bit. I didn't mean to make you collapse. So you do realize you were bullying your daughter-in-law? Yes, I'm sorry, but I won't do it ever again. That's what I wanted to hear. Thank you. So, you'll forgive me? There's no way I can forgive you. You made me, a pregnant woman, walk around out of spite and spoke harshly to me. Now that I know you realize what you've done, I have no regrets. With this, I can cut ties with you without any residual feelings. I'm really sorry, Haley, but I was usually nice, wasn't I? Until my son went on a business trip, I never did anything that bad. I promise I'll be a good mother-in-law from now on. Apologizing doesn't put an end to everything. What happened to you, Haley? You were always a smiling and kind daughter-in-law, even though I'm so sorry. Why won't you forgive me? Because I think I've learned a little bit about what it means to be a mother through this incident. In order to protect my precious child, I won't let myself be controlled by you. I'm okay now, so don't worry about me. Your bullying, your advice, even your presence, I've realized that I don't need any of them. After breaking off my cohabitation with my mother-in-law, I returned to my parents' home after giving birth at the maternity clinic. My mother-in-law tried to continue living together until the end, but neither my husband nor my mother would allow it. My mother-in-law was kicked out of the house, and in the end she seems to have rented an apartment nearby. I don't know how she will live from now on, but we have no intention of helping her. I didn't expect that I would be bullied by my mother-in-law, even though she forced me to live together with her. I had a little sympathy for her because she had no place to live, but now I feel nothing. I hope she never approaches me or my daughter again. And when my return home ended, I started living in a new house prepared by my husband. Life with my kind husband and lovely daughter is challenging, but full of happiness and fulfillment. I will never forget my gratitude to my mother and husband who rushed to my side when I collapsed, and to the kind people around me who celebrated the birth of my child. And I will cherish those who care about me. And I will never expose my child to danger again. I've learned that even if I think I should bear it, it can hurt my child. I'm not a very strong person, but I've decided to change for the sake of my daughter. I won't bear what's unnecessary, strive to live a full life of smiles and happiness, and aim to be a strong and reliable presence, just like my mother.